Last week, we wrote a 2-point response to a question from our nonfiction article. We made a claim and we found 2 pieces of evidence from the text to support that claim. So if you recall, I had worked to answer the question about our Coach Gator article. I wrote to answer the question, according to the article, Coach motivates her girls both on and off the court. Why do so many people respect Coach Gators? So I made a claim according to my 2-point response rubric, and I found valid pieces of evidence to support that. We had also worked to compare that skill with writing our literary essay. We found a lot of similarities. Today, I want to teach you that when a question refers to a specific paragraph or phrase from the text, we need to read around and through that specific paragraph or phrase in order to answer the question. So let's go ahead and take a look at a question. So here's my 2-point response for today. It says, read this question from paragraph 21. But though Gators is tough, it is a tough love, her former players say. What is tough love, and how does Gators demonstrate it? Use 2 details from the article to support your response. So right away, I know that I need to go back to paragraph 21. I need to read above it, read below it, read around it, read through it, to kind of reorient myself with what this part of the text is talking about. So here's my section here. I'm going to look at 17 through 22 instead of just 21. When asked what Gators is like, former player Rhonda Greyer, now 33, ponders the question. She's a sweetie pie, Greyer asks, quickly adding, off the court, off the court. She laughs, as does Pondexter, when recalling the seemingly endless laps her team ran on the track above Marshall practice, Gym 12. The gym has since been named for Gators. I wasn't a troubled kid. My problem was focusing on basketball so much, Pondexter says, remembering how Gators would call her mother if Pondexter skipped class. In her case, the punishment would be to lose gym time. But though Gators is tough, it is a tough love, her former players say. They recall a coach who occasionally took them to movies or out for burgers and fries. They note how Gators has quietly provided a coat, clothing, or shoes for a player who needs them. So I'm going to grab my pen and I'm going to start annotating a little bit. So my question is, what is tough love? And I'm finding my answer in the paragraph. So watch me while I kind of pull out some of my thinking to gather evidence so I can go on to write my 2-point response. So first of all, I see she's a sweetie pie. They've gone and described her that way. But she also makes them run endless laps. Let's see, what else? Gators would call her mother if Pondexter skipped class. Although she's tough, it is a tough love. So we know she is tough. We know she's a hard coach, that's for sure. But she'll take them to the movies, burgers, fries. She'll also get a coat or clothing when somebody needs it. So she's a really tough coach, but it seems to me that this toughness, it's not coming from a place of anger or a place of just being mean. It's because she knows what's best for them and she has high expectations of them. So I'm going to transfer some of my thinking into my 2-point response paragraph. So I'm going to start by restating my question. So it says, what is tough love? So I'm going to say, tough love is, and then I'll finish that for my statement. So I'm going to say, tough love is when you expect a lot from others. So she expects a lot from her players, but also show kindness and caring. So she's not only a tough coach, but she really works hard to support her athletes to do what they need to succeed. So if the players aren't playing well, I'm going to give some evidence now. She tells them you're embarrassing yourselves. That was right from the text. This shows the tough part. but she is also the person who's more than willing to help her players. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down so I have both sides of it, the tough and the love. So she is also the person who is willing to help. Her players. She'll get them food, coats, and even take them out to the movies. And I'm just about out of room. I have a statement. I have 2 pieces of evidence. I'm going to leave it there. So that was my claim statement. So I said tough love is when you expect a lot from others, but also show kindness and caring. What would your claim statement be? How would you start this 2-point response? Take a moment now to think about that and type up a response. Just your claim statement. Press play when you're ready. So remember, writers, there are similarities and differences between the work we do every day in Reading and Writing Workshop and the work we'll be doing during a state assessment. You can apply your skills and strategies that we've been working on all year in a test-taking situation. So, it's your turn to practice what you learned today. You've got a new packet. This one is for writing. So you have your reading packet, you have your writing packet. Today what you're going to do is take a look at your first question. It's about the same article you've been reading. You're going to write 1 2-point response question with a claim and at least 2 details. Happy writing!